everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rosalie Kinsey. If you're new here, if you're not, thank you once again for being here. So in today's video, we are doing the meteor freakout tag. I feel like this tag is like the perfect tag for book lovers. It's like, I don't know, it's just something about going back to Goodreads or like your reading journal. At least for me, I keep a reading journal, right? And so when I was preparing for this video, I had so much fun because I had to go back to my reading journal to see all the books that I read and what I felt about them. And in certain books, I had so many quotes that I wrote in my journal about certain books. It felt so nice going back preparing for this video. So I was so excited when I see it going around YouTube, and I'm just like, I want to do it because I'm excited. First question is, best book you've read so far in 2023? I have 3 for this one. I tried so hard to pick only one, but I just feel like, I don't know, it was so hard to pick just one. Because I think in 2023, I feel like so many beautiful stories has come out, or like I discover new books, and I'm just like, ugh, it's unfair for me to just pick one. So I picked 3. The first one is Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. This is not the first time I'm speaking about this book on my channel, but I promise you it's worth me speaking about it every single day. This is Second Chance. It's about Josiah and Yasmin, who was married, but they had a divorce, and like I think 2 years later, something happened where they're like, oh my god, do we still love each other? Is this that? Second Chance. It was so wonderful. I loved how she wrote Josiah like process of healing. It was so beautiful to see that he went to therapy, he was taking care of himself, and before he fell back in love with his ex-wife, because they were in a divorce and so many things has happened between them. So yeah, I just love that way. And also I feel like it was the perfect way of describing like a marriage, but like that goes through so many things, and then at the end of the day you just feel so strongly about your partner. I was like, this is the perfect second chance romance that I've read. And then I feel like this is what makes me fall in love with second chance, because for me, I was like, I don't care for second chance. If you break up, you break up for a reason. But this one, I loved and adored. It was beautiful for me. And the next one is the first one of the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad of Never After. Listen, absolutely the most beautiful, magical, whimsical, perfect, happy, and also like a little bit sad. Like The Ballad of Never After definitely left me heartbroken. Like, do not read this book if you do not want to end on a cliffhanger. This book ended in the biggest cliffhanger ever. I don't know. I'm waiting to see how she fixed this, honestly, because I'm just like, what happened? Like, but this book in Once Upon a Broken Heart was just so beautiful for me. I'm new to fantasy, so I wanted something easy to understand. I wanted something like that wasn't too hard, like difficult to follow, and this delivered, and I loved every page. It was just so amazing to read Jack's and Little Fox Evangeline's story. Oh my god, I'm so excited for the next one. Is coming out in October, I think, and I just can't wait. I can't wait. Best secret you've read so far in 2033. This one, I picked Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. I didn't know just how much I loved and missed Iris's and Declan's story up until I was going through my reading journal. I had so many quotes from this book that I wrote down in my reading journal that I forgot about. So after seeing that, I'm just like, I need to get back into this book. And I went on Audible, and they had the audiobook out. I'm just like, perfect. This is a perfect time. And I'm now following along with the narrator. It's just so nice. It's beautiful. The way that Lauren Asher wrote Iris's and Declan's adventure was just, I loved it. Iris was so witty and cute and fun and nice. I'm just like, I love this. It's so beautiful. Now that I have the audiobook, I feel like it just brings the story more alive. Yeah, so I had to pick Terms and Conditions because I'm currently rereading it, and it's just as good as it was the first time. The next question is new release you haven't read but want to. And like I just said, Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. I want to read Final Offer by her. Honestly, it just looks so thick. So every time I see it, I'm just like, do I really want to do this right now? Because I have my TBR is just so big, and I'm like, I want to maybe get deeper in my TBR, and then I'll pick this one up. Yeah, along with Final Offer, I truly want to read Full Things. I have seen this book honestly everywhere, and I have gone to way too many Targets, way too many. Just I can't go to any other Targets, and I just haven't seen them. So I ordered it online on Amazon, and I'm passionately waiting. And they said it will be shipped in 2 months. 2 months. 2 months. Like, I don't like. I'm still shocked. I'm like, 2 months? What do you mean? So yeah, Fulfilling will be here in 2 months, and I truly, truly, desperately want to read that. I might as well just, I think I just might get the audiobook and just listen to it and maybe reread it when the book comes along. Because the way that this book is just been so popularized and everybody loves it, and I don't know if I've read, like, if I've heard one negative review about this book. Everybody seems to love it. I'm just like, I want to read it. I truly, truly want to read it. The next question is most anticipated release for the second half of the year. The first one is A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garber. Is the last one of the trilogy. I'm just waiting to see where she goes with that. I'm like, okay, Stephanie, I know your brain is going to come up with something beautiful and amazing, and I can't wait to read it. But like, how would you fix this? How would you fix this? I don't know how she's gonna fix it. However, I already pre-ordered mine, and I'm passionately waiting for October to come so I could just dive right back into this beautiful, amazing, magical story. Another new release that I can't wait for is the sequel of American Royalty. Can I just say, the cover of the sequel just looks so beautiful and amazing, and just like, I saw it and I screamed at the way I've been stalking Tracy's Tracy's Instagram, because I'm just like, please do not push it back, do not push it back. I already pre-ordered my little signed copy. It's coming in the mail, and the new book, the sequel, is coming out July 11th. Honestly, Jemison and Danny was just so funny and so amazing. This is about a prince and a rapper. It's so good. It's so good. I promise you. If you have not read American Royalty, please, 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 please read this. The next question is, biggest surprise for me is Magnolia Parks. I honestly am still shocked that I love this book as much as I did. And the second one is A Coat of Thorn and Roses. So I picked this one. My voice is going. Surprise for me was Magnolia Parks and A Coat of Thorn and Roses. Listen, before I read this book, before I read Magnolia Parks, I had so many different thoughts, because on Book Talk, a group was saying it was just beautiful, they loved it, and another group was saying it was just pure trash and they hated it. So I was conflicted. I'm just like, oh, where am I going to fall in? Am I going to be in the love pile, or am I going to hate it so much? And I'm just like, ugh, I don't know what to do. So I literally like didn't read it for so long, but finally I was doing a 24-hour challenge and I picked this one up, and can I just tell you, I loved every single page of this book. And I'm not going to lie, I shed a tears or two. I feel like we all go through the same thing sometimes, knowing that someone is not good for us, knowing that a friendship or relationship isn't going to end well for us. However, we just hold on to that person or that friendship. Like, the whole time she was telling herself, like, this is why we can't be together, this is why him and I should never be a thing, or this and that. But at the same time, she just couldn't let go of him. And I just feel like we all sometimes just go through the same thing. Either you have a friendship or a relationship that you know and you should let go of, but you just can't help it. Yeah, and that I was so shocked that I loved and enjoyed it. I was even shocked that I cried in some parts. But yeah, I love this book and enjoy it. And the second one is A Cut of Thorn and Roses, simply because honestly I just wasn't a fitness girl. So when I picked this one up, I was a little bit scared. However, now it was a 5-star for me, just like this one was a 5-star. So I was really shocked that I love these two books. The next question is favorite new author, debut or new to you. For me, that's going to be Stephanie Garber. I just feel like her writing, the way she writes, her writing style is so smooth and easy to understand, and I just feel like everything she writes is just magical and beautiful. And I'm currently reading Caraval by her, and I'm loving every single page. I just feel like I just love every single thing. So yeah, Stephanie Garber for sure has become one of my favorite authors. I'm just like, everything she puts out now, I'm going to buy for sure. Newest fictional crush, I have to for this one, and I don't know why I'm even going to say it. Do I even need to say it? Jax from The Ballad of the Bafter. I love this man so much. Like, if you read this book, then you know chapter 38. You know what I'm not delirious mean. I'm not delirious. I just love this man so much. I adore it. It's just I love this man. I love this book. The one that I have is Declan from Terms and Condition. I'm currently in love with them all. This question is a book that made you cry. It's The Way I Used to Be. I cried reading other books. Like, I cried reading When She Loves by Taylor Jerkins Reid. I cried reading Magnolia Parks. Like I said, I cried reading Archer's Voice. But this one, The Way I Used to Be, broke me in just so many pieces, that every single time someone asks me like a book that actually made you cry, a book that broke your heart, and I always go back to this one, because it just, oof, it's just so sad. This is about Eden, and she was assaulted by her brother's best friend. And I'm always afraid to talk, like, I'm always afraid to recommend this book to people because it's so triggering, it's so sad, but also I feel like it's such an important story for people to read. It's just like the oof, the things that she did, the decision that she made broke me in so many different ways that it's so heartbreaking and heartfelt. But like I also think it's such a good book that people should read, but I also know that it's triggering. So every single time someone asks me like I need a book that's going to break me into pieces, like I want to say this book, but at the same time I'm like it's so triggering, and I do not want you to read a book that's going to just like put you in a really really bad mindset. But like I read this book twice, and like the first time I didn't cry as much, but the second time I just remember me crying. I had tissues all over the place. Just imagine being in high school and after someone taking advantage of you and how you would feel. This broke me in so many parts. I had to pick all three of them for this one. The first one is Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute. The second one is Better Than Movies, and the third one is Love Radio. All of these three books are YA. When I tell you I was giggling and laughing hard reading these books, I was having such a good time. I could never stop reading YA. I don't think so. I just love it. Like Love Radio, honestly, Love Radio had me laughing out loud and kicking my feet up. There's this one part of this book where they went on a date. The two characters went on a date. Prince and Denny, I think that was her name. What was her name? Denny. Prince and Denny went on a date, and Prince had like a little stomach problem, and this man had to go to the bathroom so many times, and I kid you not, the whole time I was just laughing and cracking up. And one of the first date, he helped her, like on the first date he asked her on a date, and she was just like, no, I had to take out my braids. He's like, okay, bet I'll come help you. And as a black girl with braids, I just feel like that was so beautiful and amazing. I loved every single part of this book. I just love it. Every time that I need a happy book, I always go for YA. It's a beautiful book you bought so far this year. I feel like I have too many beautiful covers for me to pick like one out of, so I have managed to pick only three. And the first one is, I just spoke about this one, but Highly Suspicious and Fairly Cute. I don't know, when I saw this cover I was just in love with it. There was just something, it's something about seeing a black girl on the cover. When I saw this cover and I saw Celine, I was just like, oh, me. Because this was me in high school. I kid you not. In high school I always had a blue jean, a jacket, a shirt under, or a flannel shirt and a shirt under. Like I always dressed like that. So when I saw that, I was just like, this is so beautiful. And I always had my hair in braids, in two little string up front. This is just who I am every single time. And so when I saw this cover, it made me so happy, and I literally was just like, I'm buying you coming home with me. And I love it. Like I just love it. And every time that I see this cover, it always just brings a smile on my face. I love it so much. Yeah. Second one that I have is Practice Makes Perfect. It's pink. It's beautiful. It's colorful. It's just something about being pink that I love. Just on the guy arms was nice. All of the flowers on the cover. It just looks beautiful. And the last one that I have is this one. Look how beautiful this is. Even this one is nice, like especially when you open it and see the inside. But I kid you not, every single time I walk in my house and I see this book right there, just looking at me, I am in awe every time. Nothing is what book do you need to read by the end of the year? For me, I feel like I'm going to say for friends. I feel like when it comes, I'm not going to be in the mood to read it. However, I want to read it this year. I have to read it by the end of the year. So I'm going to say for friends, and also I want to finish Avatar series, Not a Fun Roses, these two ones, and I think there's like 3 more left. And I just feel like I have to dedicate 2 months to just read them, because I feel like once I get back into this world, I will not want to get away from it. So I'm just like, I'm going to just say 2 months. I'm going to just settle and read all of the Avatar series. And yeah, I'm thinking maybe late in like August, September, I'm gonna dive into this story. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I had so much fun going back to memory lane. And yeah, hopefully you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and stay blessed. And I'll see you next time. Bye.